would the others be aware of that?
Not instantaneously, no. They would detect it eventually. Basically, whenever the next set of instructions gets disseminated out, they would notice that there's one less thing that it's sending it to. Sort of like a sending spell, right? Like, you can't send something to a dead man. So if your sending spell doesn't work, that means you know they're dead. Or
if we were able to collectively jump, I don't know if there was ever at any point a lone individual as we made our way down that we could have potentially jumped and ganked as a means of, okay, they don't think we're in here. If someone suddenly dies and they figure it out, I don't know, in 5 minutes when we're somewhere else, that could potentially cause a big enough disturbance to draw attention.
Would one person be enough, or would like a small group of them be enough?
Yeah, the question is, it has to be fast enough so that they don't send out
a ping
I
themselves
guess
saying
that's the point,
whatever.
because we want to be a little bit away from the body, so to speak, when they learn of it. Because if we jump a squad and it takes us a little bit to actually kill them all, they could then, during that engagement, say, "Oh, we're being attacked here. Come assist."
The smallest number of them is a
where we
duo.
are. A duo could be doable, I think.
You have like 12 people here, so I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure you guys can coin their clock pretty fast.
Yeah. Because that would alert the enemy that we're here, but I think that maybe that's what we want.
Mm-hmm.
Counterpoint, it might also tell them to set up more security.
That is a fair point. Very true.
Shit.
You guys could just kill all 12 of them. There is that.
Right, but if we can
It's just
do this,
they would notice.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I do like Garth's idea of creating an explosion, simulating a cannon.
Yeah, something more vital to draw their attention. Just like, oh, that's bigger than what we expect.
Yeah.
Did we come across any scrolls or chemicals we can use to simulate that?
Chemicals, definitely not. This isn't the lab. Scrolls, magical scrolls. That's good. Finding a needle in a haystack sort of situation. If you guys wanted to have looked for it either on the way down or after arriving down here, roll me investigation and roll well.
One of us?
Actually, are any of you? No, none of you guys are nerds. None of you guys are scribes.
Delvet?
Like...
Oh, maybe Delvet.
It's like the closest.
Delvet didn't really go to the library much.
Couldn't make it.
No.
You guys would basically need to have a basis for a library index. Which I don't know if any of your characters are that sort of character.
I know Nishka certainly ain't.
Yeah, you and your amazing knowledge of common.
I know, right? Amazing. She's fluent.
There's a small part of me that says Orianna might be familiar, but I feel like that'd be too much of a stretch for me to try and make that argument.
I think you've been to libraries, so I don't think I don't think you're knowledgeable of libraries.
Yeah. There's a difference between, like, you know the system exists versus you know how the system works. I think she's more...
Library indexes are not easy things to know.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
Mm-hmm.
So, if that's the case, then any number of you that want to try to look around for such a scroll, you roll investigation, just know that you're locking yourselves into looking around for it.
Okay.
And just stand guard, I guess.
Who has above like a +0? Okay. Holy crap, you have such a good roll. Or a number.
Mm-hmm.
Such a bad roll.
Good mod, not good roll.
That worked tomorrow.
Alexander, you find many a random book on esoteric subjects. the equivalencies of finding a book on the dark arts, I guess, in a really abstract theorem way, but no scrolls.
Avada
Avada. You got to do the hand gesture to memorize a spell. Looks like the shape of Harry Potter's lightning bolt. Say Dalba would also look around. Not just for scrolls, but just in general.
This. What kind of ordnance does Frisk have? I'm assuming it's a little small.
He had bombs, but now he just has shotgun shells. That being said, if you guys want to empty him out, like Frisk is a tinkerer. He makes his own gear. If you guys want him to make like a fucking pipe bomb, he could easily make that.
Because that might be the play then. Actually see what kind of stuff we have on hand and have Frisk make a pipe bomb, and actually, rather than simulate a cannon, we MacGyver one.
Shredded paper and gunpowder.
A paperclip, rubber band. Yeah, the whole.
A lot of flammable material around here, and he has a lot of shotgun shells.
Mm-hmm.
Like
And
100.
if one of us have anything we can throw at it as well, that would be.
If any of you guys have alchemist supplies.
I have a vial of acid.
Holding. Let's back up. We have 10 alchemist fires in the bag of holding.
You guys have a lot of alchemist fires in the bag of holding.
Yeah. We have explosive javelins.
You do have literal explosive javelins. That is also true.
How about let's use those? Maybe? Yeah. Shall we?
You guys tell me what you're trying to throw. I will roll Frisk's Tinker. Oh, I'm sorry, Tinker. Sat on his leg. I will roll Frisk Tinker's tools, and we'll see what he's got.
We want a BFE, a big fucking explosion.
Not good.
I mean, 21.
It's 21, but he has a plus 13, my man.
Yeah, but yeah,
That's pretty
Someone
not.
got their inspiration. Okay, I'll
do
do it.
not have any inspiration.
I would say Anushka could help, but Kirsty's AFK.
Kirsty, come
No,
back.
I can use mine.
You just said no, though.
I know. Well, I was lying.
All right, let's see it.
There you go.
He got like better than a 6, so that's way better. So 26. He can MacGyver some explosives. He could be an IRA member.
Oh no!
He could make a series of these, by the way. He could deadass just set off a series of booby traps for the next wave of people.
Yes, please.
Just rolling
my vote.
explosives.
All right.
When did O leave?
That was a while ago.
Oh, okay. I missed it.
Let's see, I'll take a lot of these. He like begins emptying out like 60 shotgun shells, making 3 little pipe bombs. All right, so we're going for show, not effect. All right.
Absolutely.
All right, let me just grab some. He like goes and like smashes like a small lamp quietly, and begins putting the larger fragments in the pipe bomb. Oh, so when these break, they'll start pinging around everywhere, make sound more impressive. Hey, he snaps his finger at you, Orianna. What's your face? Possessed lady. Not great names.
Orianna?
Orianna, can I get one of them alchemist fires you're talking about? Fire would be good. I might cram some combustible material in here. Oh shit, I haven't got sugar.
I don't think that's in the bag. She pulls out the alchemist fires and also checks if there's sugar. I think there was a bag of flour that's probably really bad.
Oh,
at this
did he
point.
only
Nah,
ask
fire
for-
wouldn't work. Fire wouldn't work.
Did he only ask for one alchemist fire or many?
One for each bomb.
How many
One
bombs
for
are
each
you
bomb.
making?
Got it.
3.
Can I
Okay, so
can I
I'll
roll a
drop that.
D100 to see if Alessander has sugar in his?
It's like mess kit.
Yeah.
Does he
Yeah,
have
sure,
bar
right.
chocolate? Hey, we have like 115 rations.
Well, what do you know?
What the fuck?
You know, yeah, in some in your days of rations, yeah, like they it does come with like tea leaves and like sugar cubes and stuff like that. Yeah.
He's like a British
nice.
officer.
Yeah, British officer.
Alexander pulls out like this very delicate-looking ceramic dish with sugar cubes in it. Will these work?
Yeah, that really fucking. Yeah, this whole time.
Absolutely. Always.
Tell me Sakani didn't. All right, I'll take it. I ain't questioned it.
What?
He delicately sets down the ceramic dish, lifts up the lid, and begins taking sugar cube by sugar cube and crumbling it in between his fingers, and like pouring it into the alchemist fire. Sugar burns for longer, so even when the alchemist fire is burning out, those sugar bits will remain and maybe start some combustion. So yeah, you now have 3 incendiary pipe bombs, distinctly different from the one in the Heartlands, which was one meant to be ingested. But you have 3 incendiary pipe bombs.
Bombs. Let's go. Pog. Love it.
So, you guys tell Frisk how you guys wanted to set this up. He could set them up on a timer. He could set them up to just trigger whenever someone walks by, like it pulls a tripwire. He could set them to be a cacophony, like a cascade rather, one after the other. He could, I don't know, in theory, just yeet it at the defenses and then detonate it. That would definitely cause a distraction.
Should cues for Lady Bellwether. That does make sense. I say
Do
basically.
we want like a time it for like with a tripwire for when the trickle troops go on through and like do it a bit further up away from us so that they're the ones that are gonna spring the thing, so to speak.
I think that makes sense.
I agree with that notion. Yeah,
Would it
Yeah.
take a
because it
while
takes
to
care of
set
trickle
up a
troops as well as
tripwire?
draws more attention. That way.
Nah, it's pretty fast to set up these sort of booby traps.
Then yeah, I say we absolutely do that.
If the Nazis can set them up when they're about to get assaulted in a bunker, then Frisk can 100% set it up as a D&D character.
Yeah, true.
They're remarkably easy to set up in a weird way. I'm gonna put some real life isms in here. When Frisk finishes setting up all the tripwire pipe bombs, he does leave us a set of wire cutters next to one of them on a table somewhere. Just a funny joke.
What's that supposed
So-
to mean?
Just a little tease, Wire cutters for cutting the wire.
That they've already
Yeah,
tried.
that's what makes it funny.
Fair enough.
It's a little dwarven thing that.
Appropriate
Yeesh.
humor.
You should say dwarven nobles fight each other. Heard it's hell. A lot of tunneling.
I mean, it's in their blood.
He points out Alora like, don't tell her that though. So, you guys contend just waiting for some unfortunate set of troops to trigger a bomb.
Unfortunate.
Oh, we're a bit closer to the portal, hiding away.
Yes.
Alrighty.
I love this
Alrighty.
plan. Even if it fails, I love it.
Mm-hmm.
It's always fun setting traps. Trap maker's efficacy is unseen by his own eyes. Well, I guess in this case it is. Some time passes, and then another wave gets bamfed into the repository, and they begin sprinting. They've been doing this the whole time. They don't march; they just run because they don't exactly get exhausted. So might as well. And
Imagine being
in approximately 40 seconds or so, 30 maybe, you guys hear the distinct sound of something exploding. And you told Frisk to set this off on a cascade or just one by one?
I vote Cascade.
Yeah, it might hit less of the trickling in troops, but it would be far more attention grabbing.
Right. So, as one bomb gets set off, approximately 12 seconds pass before another one, and approximately 6 seconds after that one, another one goes off. After the first explosion, the entire platoon, the defensive guard here, begin readying their rifles and just looking at the doorway. And then the second explosion goes off, and then you guys can see half of them get, I guess, notified to go check it out, and half of the group leaves. And then the third one goes off subsequently thereafter, and the bunch that was just sent stops, and then another quarter of them go and join them. So 3/4 of the platoon begins leaving. At this point, there are about 2 or 3 defenders left. Not empty though.
Well, shucks, we can take 3 of them.
3 of them and go through before anybody's the wiser.
Do we have any
And
capability
when they find
to...
out that they're dead.
Do we have any capability
No.
to close the portal behind us? Probably not in a way that they can't. Can we fucking just detonate the area so they can't use it after us?
It's pretty easy to sabotage these sorts of portals, yeah.
Do we want to do that? So that even if they get the ping of just like, oh, hey, we heard that, or we sent out an issue to these guys and not responding, it doesn't matter because they can't follow us.
Good.
We could not do that. We could just ambush the 3 and then jump through.
Yeah, and we aren't cutting ourselves off from anybody by doing that, are we? No, right?
I mean, the defending crew will still be here, so they might come in after you guys.
Yes.
It depends entirely on how your guys' exit, so to speak, is at the Civilian Keep.
Yeah. But
Because the thing is, if you kill those 3 defending right now, they don't know which way you teleport.
Right.
That's true.
Lab or keep. Like, there's only 2 options, so it's 50-50, or so they could just increase security on both.
Right.
But the thing is, they don't know
Would be
which one you
less
went to.
security's increased. Can we set up more tripwires on this side so that when they come to investigate the thing, they just explode themselves?
I mean, yeah, if you want, but Frisk's gonna need more time to make more bombs.
Yeah, true.
He just went through. He has 40 shells left, and he's not going through the last 20 on principle.
Oh,
No, that would be...
My bad. He
Okay.
has 60 left. He has 120, so 60 left. So yeah.
we could
Alternatively, we can make a distracting sound closer to the portal that would lead them away from it, because there's 3 of them now. No, but they would probably just shack up.
Here guys go. They have their rifles all charged up. They are ready to blast.
Gank them and go?
Actually,
guess
I
gank
just
'em.
thought- I just thought of something.
But-
I'm gonna see if Vaso thinks of this thing. Yeah.
No, 20.
He
Okay,
didn't
fuck.
think of the thing. Who else in this company would be pretty smart but devious? Not Delvet.
Smart but devious. America's not really devious.
America's not devious. I'll give Kasai a roll at a disadvantage.
Yeah. See that. Blair?
Blair.
In a different direction? She
Yeah.
fights like a Devious.
Devious?
She fights very cut. Like, she fights to win.
Yeah.
So anyways, about that
D4 to
fucking
that.
6.
15?
That's true.
Oh my god, yeah. Take a
Give
6.
yourself a high five. 16?
Kasai gets like a smirk on her face in like a reminiscent manner. I did think of something.
Go on.
Do you think that, like, here, if we go to the keep or the lab, the portals would be close?
Portals would be close. How do you mean?
Well, I mean, like there. They're across from each other. 10 feet. Maybe more. But not far. Yes?
Right.
Do you think it's like this layout in other places?
Makes
I'd be
sense.
surprised if it was uniform.
Well, if we want to be jixy, We could go through that portal. Make noise there. Go back. Go to keep.
Brilliant.
Go to. So we bamf into this Jillian lab. Create
You go to a
ruckus,
lab,
and
make noise, and then just leave.
then-
She has a
That
smile on her
money.
face, like a probably the cheekiest smile you guys have ever seen from Kasai.
Yeah, I like that. You should smile more. No.
Oh my god. And then
Uh,
we shoot Alexander with his own gun.
Alexander
Box
nods
effect.
slowly and smirks and he says, "Now that
Hmm.
is a tricky little plan of yours."
The
Anyone
camera rubbed off
opposed?
on you too much.
Say again.
Vasa just remarks, the camera rubbed off on you too much.
Hopefully not too much.
Yeah, fair enough.
I think that's the plan, unless anyone has anything else.
No, that sounds.
I say we do it.
excellent.
How easy is
Right.
it to sabotage these things? Think we were talking about that before. It's not hard, right?
I don't think so.
Magical teleportation tends to be delicate machinery, so I would imagine it's pretty
You're-
sensitive to.
You're a pretty great mage, Keenan. You think you could sabotage it? On like a delay.
Probably. A delay. I keep.
Yeah, I'm thinking we take what's her face is playing. What's a Kasai? And she just frowns at that. We go through. We disable it on the lab's end, right? We teleport through the lab, go to the keep, but before we leave the lab, put a little special surprise on that portal's end, you know? Boom, lockout.
Right, that would send him in a panic, thinking we're definitely doubling down on that lab.
That being said, I have no fucking clue how magic works, so you tell me,
So-
man.
Crash, in my experience,
Yes.
if we set up something on a timer that damaged the surface of this teleportation circle, would that do the trick?
It'd have to be pretty deep damage, but yes.
Pretty deep.
These coordinates are not only physically there, but sort of in a ley line sense there. That being said,
Hmm.
you sort of want both to be in good capacity before you send anything through.
Right, but I get the distinct feeling that the Sigillians don't necessarily care about that.
Yeah. I mean, if they try to teleport someone through while it's damaged, they might still succeed, but they'll probably be, how to say, shredded on the way over.
Mm. To my mind, as a spellcaster, because I can't think of anything as Fred right now, what would be the sort of minimum requirements for achieving what Frisk is asking?
It depends on how you're damaging it. Like, in theory, you could just take a fucking pickaxe and then shatter the shit out of it. Like, that would be significantly disruptive if you destroy the entire circle.
Right.
To the point where, like, it might be inoperable, but you would have to be very total in your destruction. And then, given time, it will just start fading. Like, it immediately begins fading as soon as you start destroying it, because it has no imprint to base out of.
What if
Now-
we invert the process? What if we fuck it up by adding something to it?
That's less the way, because things get added to it all the time until you teleports through to it.
Okay.
Now, that's the physical components of it. Magically, if you were to add something to it, that would be messing with the schematic on the magical side.
Yeah.
Because that's not meant to be added to. The physical side, yeah, all the time.
Yeah.
Magical side, less so.
See, the magical side is kind of what I was thinking. Do I know what that would entail? Like, how would we go about doing that?
You would need some sort of arcane tinkering. You would need some capability of doing your own teleportation magic. It could just be simple as adding certain components to the circle itself in a physical capacity that has magical signature to it. Right? So putting in like a fucking charged crystal into like a major facet of the teleportation circle would be tampering with it significantly.
Right. But I don't think any of us qualify in that specificity or have any crystal like that.
Well,
Unless you do, Alexander.
So what he's
I
going to
think
give up,
Mr.
though.
Magitech.
Right, exactly. I think Keenan would be talking through this logic, um, speaking it like back and forth with Frisk, to sort of get the ideas out and include everybody in the brainstorm process.
You guys are in a really far away study room that's like meant to like house a lecture in it. That's really far away from the portal as you guys are planning and talking about this. Just you're
Yeah.
yeah. Is everyone gonna come by here? No, it's way too far away and it doesn't lead to one of the staircases up.
In the back, Sigilo just raises his hand and is like, why don't we just surrender and throw
He
down
has
our
a
weapons?"
mustache on, a fedora and a mustache on. We should just surrender to the Sigilians because they're so awesome.
Man has bought. No, but
Shut up, Sigil. Not my name. It's Kyle. Shut up, Sile.
Well, it's closer.
So tampering it is in the cards. I mean, in theory, you could just cast Dispel Magic on it as well. It wouldn't stop it entirely, but it would definitely make it easier to tamper with.
Yeah.
You'd be
Ooh,
weakening
that's a
its
good
magical
point.
signature.
do I have that prepared? I believe I do.
I have no clue.
I do. I have it prepared, but it's a 3rd level.
Why?
I do have 2 more.
Mhm.
Oh, actually, I love rolling for ideas for NPCs because then it makes it like fairer, I guess, because like they may or may not develop the idea. My boy,
Yas. My boy.
Yes!
your boy.
The bestest of boys.
So is the plan to jump the 3, guarding it right now? Well, going to guard it. Technically, you guys don't know what's happened yet because you guys are wasting time on this at the moment of all the explosions.
Right.
So whoever's left is what you would say.
The remnants.
Unless you have another way.
No, I was just wondering. Captain Oswine said that they explode, right?
They do.
And they're made of magical components. Half.
Yeah.
Could we do something with that? Maybe use one of the rifles?
That is brilliant.
And I don't know how the rifles work, but I'm gonna imagine there has to be something in them that lets him shoot out of it, right? Something like he looks at Alexander, something like ours.
I see your point, son.
I don't
Thank
think I've ever encountered something that Frisk hasn't been able to blow up.
He's like rolling a shotgun shell between his fingers, and he just nods sagely, like, I remember my first time.
Well, luckily, these Sigilians are sort of built for that kind of thing. Could